You have been tried and tugged at in every capacity, but you are still holding on and not by a thread either, like normal. I'm getting hold my Barbies. This has been some intense self development. You are the walking plot twist. You are changing your functions, you are changing your capacity. And because you're doing that, people are a little upset. It's making them uncomfortable. And I mean by you already make other people uncomfortable, but I'm talking about people closest to you. They're feeling some type of way. They're like, what do they mean? No. What do they mean I can't do this? What do they like? What does that even mean? You guys, like, this is mind blowing. Every day this week that I've channeled the message, I thought, oh, okay, that's the last one. That's the last Decepticon. And then here comes the people that are closer to you that want to try you. So, you are coming through as King Arthur. When I channel King Arthur in my messages, I get King Arthur, the guy from Sons of Anarchy, the Guy Ritchie King Arthur version. The one with Eric Bana in it. And Jude Law. Can't forget Jude Law's in it. People are getting really upset because you have ambition. You have ambition now, but you didn't always have ambition. You could have been raised as an orphan. And as an orphan, you were like, oh my gosh, I don't know what the frick I'm supposed to do, but I'm just going to make the best of this. I'm getting it up out of the mud. I'm getting it up out of the dirt. And I'm just going to do what I have to do. It is what it is. Your ambition grew the more that you developed, the more that you matured, the more that you went through, the more that you endured and persevered. You consistently kept coming out on top. But now there's a different version of you that is stewing, that you are cooking up, and people are upset. They are going to be throwing tantrums. So in the last message you got people crashing out in real time, throwing tantrums. This is a little bit different because these people are closer to you and they're going to be doing the shame and the guilt tripping and the love bombing. They're going to be using these tactics because you, before their very eyes, you don't only change the standard of beauty, but now they cannot use you or misuse you to their own ends, to their own benefit. And it was always okay if it was somebody else. Like, oh yeah, other people are insecure around them. Boopity boopity boop. But after this last year, you were like, I have a different capacity. I am allowed to do that. For over a year and a half, I did it this way. I did it this way. I was reliable. I was generous. I was kind. I was all of these things. Now, I am changing that. And people are like, wait, hold on to my oxygen. I'll hold your Barbies too. What do you mean? You have family members that are really concerned and they're surprised that you are switching up on them. Because they don't want to have hard conversations. They don't want to have to be assertive. They don't want to have to take accountability. They don't want to have to sit with their feelings. They want to put these feelings on you to make like you deal with them. So let's say you're having to tell loved ones, besties, friends, people that like you're having to create very firm boundaries with. You're telling them no. And they're coming back again and then coming back again and then trying to lay on guilt and shame. You are allowed to change your capacity. They are not allowed to put pressure on you. That's not how it works. So let's say you have a loved one and they're used to you doing something for them. And things are changing. Your responsibilities, your accountability, your responsibilities and your obligations are shifting the more ambitious you become. You are most likely a light worker, a chosen one, an earth angel. You have a very busy life. And when you have a very busy life, you cannot be so tunnel vision focused on whoever the frick. It's like the level up guru says, I should say. You cannot be men focused if you are ambitious. The two do not go together. You cannot be men focused if you are ambitious. Because a lot of men, not the men up on my channel, but a lot of other men won't like it. Okay? Divine masculine men are rare. Men that like women that are ambitious. Now, I'm just using this as an example. So whoever you're dealing with, they expect you to be focused on them, helping them, bailing them out of situations so they don't have to deal with uncomfortability, so they don't ever have to be assertive, so they don't ever have to be responsible. And then when they're uncomfortable with your boundary, when they're uncomfortable with things that they're not properly taking care of, they want to place the blame on you and make it your fault and want you to over apologize and all these things. And it's not going to freaking happen. It's never going to happen again. It is never going to happen again, because a new you was born the last week. In the last week, a new version of you was born where you are not going to deal with people trying to put you in a pressure cooker, trying to put you on the spot, trying to put you in the hot seat, and trying to act like you need to put yourself second. You're not going to do that. I am personally a very ambitious person because I came from nothing. I would not be able to have a husband that is not a divine masculine, because if he wasn't a divine masculine, he would be controlling. What do you mean you want to work? What do you mean you have a purpose? What do you mean you got things to do? He would give a whole bunch of F's about what I'm doing. And vice versa. I could give a whole bunch of F's about what he's doing and thinking that he needs to be at my beck and call and he needs to answer the phone every 2 seconds. We're both independently very busy and we have our own projects and our own extracurricular activities, things that make us happy, and then we come together. But I don't try to control his ambition and he doesn't try to control mine. So who the hell else thinks that they can come in and pull you by the reins and say, well, actually, I need all these favors from you. They need to back it all the way up. You are lifting up a veil and showing people, guess what? That version of me that used to do all of these things, that used to be this doormat, that used to operate from more guilt, shame, blame, all of those lower vibrational things when you were going through it, you don't operate from there anymore. And people are feeling some type of way because they want to rely on you, no matter the circumstances, and that's not okay. So you're really going to be looking at people that rely on you, that you are their default, and how that affects where you are ambitious. So if you have distant relatives, or like here I'm getting in-laws, father and a mother, they could put a lot of responsibility on you. No matter your age, they could rely on you for finances, for housing, for medical stuff, anything. And they put a lot of that on you. So if you can't do whatever it is that they need, then they want you to feel uncomfortable about them feeling uncomfortable. So let's say you can't pay for something anymore, which you've been doing, okay? So just an example. Let's say for the past year and a half, you've been paying for your family members' medical expenses, and you're like, hey, I did it for as long as I could, but I can't do it anymore. I have these things going on. I have these obligations. I have these responsibilities. And maybe we need to have a conversation with somebody else in the family that can help or chip in, whatever it is. The problem isn't helping. The problem is that they want you to be the default. The problem is they don't want to have uncomfortable conversations with other family members to chip in or help out. They want you to do that. So they basically want, if you're going to change the dynamic of anything, for you to handle how that's changed, for you to go have all these heart-to-hearts and all these conversations. No. You are waking up to the life that you deserve. You are the magician. You are very resourceful. But it does not mean that your time is not valuable. You are leveling up to your true purpose, and you're really starting to see where it's being disrupted. So just because you are reprioritizing doesn't mean that you don't love these people any less. If that's the case, it's not for all. But just because you're changing the dynamic, you're changing your capacity, doesn't mean that you love them less. It means that you have a firm boundary on what is important to you, what your obligations are. Don't be scared to ruffle feathers. You're still the sweetheart. You're just lifting up the veil and showing people the truth. This is the ugly truth you don't like to look at. I am going to make you look at it. I am going to make you sit with it. And that is that. Because I am not going to be bulldozed over anymore. You are spiritually protected. So what I was saying about King Arthur is he became more and more ambitious, and his uncle that didn't want him to be the heir to the throne, didn't want him to be on the throne, said, I wonder where all of that ambition came from. You rose out of the manure. Where did that ambition come from? Your ambition makes people very uncomfortable. And that is why you have a very select group of people around you. Doesn't mean that you can change your family, pick your family. I mean, we can try to, but sometimes it's not that easy. And I understand that from experience. So whatever this is, whether you guys are married, these are your in-laws, whether this is your family or people that you grew up with, your angels are working overtime to help you out. They don't want you to be scared about saying what you need to say. These are the people that need to be hanging on your every word. They're the people that get amnesia about what you said because it doesn't serve their narrative. Well, they told me no, but they always find a way, and they're going to help me out because they always do. They're just going to say no at first, and then I'll just wait a little bit, and then I'll ask them again, and then when they say no again, I'll just guilt them a little bit. They'll always provide. I'm hearing Wilford from Snowpiercer, which is Sean Bean, and he's Ned Stark and Wilford. He's been in the entertainment industry for like 40 years. So I know a lot of us know who he is. But anyways, in the show Snowpiercer, amazing show if you guys haven't seen it, he is Wilford, and he always says the engine will provide. The show is about a train. It's the end of the world. The world is frozen over, and he has created this steel trap, this long train over 1,000 cars long that will keep the people that are going to be here for the apocalypse, that are the last on Earth. And this train is just circling and circling around on a track around the world. And he built this engine. He built this train. So he's a creator and an engineer, very ambitious, and says the engine will always provide. Like, this train I built will always provide. That is how people feel about you. Oh, they're so smart. They'll provide. They'll take care of me. So they're concerned about things that they want you to be concerned about. Well, I'm really concerned about like this help that I need. So be concerned. And you're like, I'm not concerned. Because these are things that they don't take care of. You guys deal with people that sweep a lot under the rug. And so you've been building up this resentment because they're not hearing you. They're not listening to you. And they do what suits their narrative. So now they're like, wait, what do you mean? No. You're not going to be answering them. You're going to be answering them in a certain way. There's this element of confusion. You're like, this is not an illusion. This is what it is. They feel abandonment. So they might go around to other family members checking the temperature with them. Because their expectation has not been met. You are showing people my time is valuable and you play too much. I have tried and tried and tried, and now I have to put you where you go. So your ambition already makes people feel some type of way. Like, oh my gosh, I'm so lazy. Like, who do they think they are? Boopity boopity boo. And I will admit, in my college years, when I was men focused, like focused on men, I was lazy. And I was also an addict and an alcoholic. When I was codependent and men centered, men focused, just like, oh, I gotta get the next relationship, gotta always be in a relationship, I was very lazy. Ambition and being focused like that, they don't tie together because you don't have your own things going on. I'll be the first to admit that I did that for a very long time in multiple long-term relationships. I made whatever they wanted to do my focus, my world. What I did, what I wanted didn't matter. It was irrelevant. And then God forbid you switch up on them. You are dealing with some people that are close to you or that used to be close to you because you have drawn a line in the sand. They have fumbled you badly and on purpose. And not only did they fumble you badly, they think that they can circle back around. I don't think so. You guys have people hanging on to your every word. And then you have others that bump their head and get amnesia whenever it suits them. You are realizing that you are very ambitious and your time is valuable. So you are getting back in the saddle again and trusting yourself even more that whatever people try to label you is not what it is. However, they try to place blame or fault on you for things that they need to do, for things that they need to work on, is not your problem. So people are trying to circle back around the block, and for a time or two, you miss certain red flags, but you see them clearly now. You're like, okay, I see where I messed up in these relationships, whether they're past or present. Okay, take what resonates, leave the rest, put it where it goes. Whether these people realized it or not, you were growing and you weren't going to stop. Some of these people will only hinder your growth, or they will start to nag or pester you. So when you met some of these people before, you weren't the version of you that you are now. This can make family uncomfortable, coworkers uncomfortable, bosses uncomfortable. You no longer share certain things about yourself that are very personal. You don't share your hobbies, your extracurricular activities. You don't share things that you like to do, especially in the workplace, because you have a lot of jealous colleagues. You are a cosmic prodigy. You are a creative genius. Your angels are always working around the clock to protect and honor you. You are maturing. Your training wheels are off. You are the divine's sweetheart. You are the baby girl or the baby boy or the baby goat of the universe. So someone has a false mask. They want to be seen a certain way, but you've always seen through them from Jump Street. They've always wanted to be perceived as a certain person online. I don't know who this is to you, but they attract a lot of drama while acting like it's not them, it's not their fault, whether they're assertive or not, whether they're a bully or not. These people are maneuvering at a very low vibration, and you don't resonate with that, and you're not in alignment for that anymore, and some people are getting upset. Let's say you started dating someone, and at the beginning of that relationship, you were hiding who you are. You're like, oh my gosh, they want me to be this certain way, so I'm going to be this certain way for them. And then as you started outgrowing that and being yourself, they're like, well, what is this? What is this? You like doing things? You have hobbies? Like what? It could feel like you're getting into an argument or a fight with somebody in slow motion. You make people look at the ugly truth. You are lifting a veil that they don't want to lift, that they don't want to see. It's not your fault that they fumbled you. It's not your fault that now they want to circle back around. They will be rerouted. You will reroute them. Like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. I'm on this path now. And they cannot shame you on social media. They cannot shame you in front of peers. They cannot shame you in front of your coworkers. They cannot put on any societal pressure. It's not going to work. Whoever I'm speaking to, you have been flawlessly executing how you stand firm in your boundaries this week. You've been tested every day this week, if this message is yours. Every day this week, somebody has tried you. That is to show you the training wheels have been off for a week or two, and you are doing amazing. You are radiating confidence. Your inner light is attracting more success. And you're no longer going to put what you love doing in the back seat. If I did for everyone and their little dog too, people that are around me, family, friends, if I did for everybody what they wanted me to do, I wouldn't have a channel. I wouldn't have my purpose because I'd have to put myself last. I would have to put what I love doing, what fulfills my soul, last. You will never do that again. You don't care who's coming in. You will never ever show them a staged version or a performative version of yourself. You are going to show people who you are from Jump Street. So if they want to get uncomfortable, if they feel froggy, they can leap and they can reroute. They can be on their way. Because you are not backing down from your potential, from the cosmic prodigy that you are. You have so many things coming in. 10 of Pentacles, 4 of Swords, Magician, the Fool. And people think that they can guilt you and tell you what to do. Why don't you want to do that for me? So this week, maybe you've had people make you feel bad for being a private person. Maybe you've had people make you feel bad this week for being yourself, for standing firm, for no meaning no. I've been getting that a lot this week, that like no means no, and people are really pissed about it. You are at a stage in your life where you are really hard to figure out. You are really good at hiding yourself. You are really hard to get to know. Part of that is you being private, being really mysterious, not trying to really play any games, but also not being performative either. People that are allowed to get close to you, that's a privilege. It's not a toy. It's not a game. It is like VIP status. And very few people get to or have an opportunity to get that close to you, because you have learned way too many lessons to do things anything different. I think I said that right. So I feel like all week you guys have been going through people trying to figure you out. And for me personally, it reminds me of how many walls I had up. I had a lot of walls up when I met my person. So I relate to people trying to figure me out, because I only let them know what I want them to know. So for me, I had a lot of walls up because of PTSD, CPTSD, trauma, my trauma responses, things that used to trigger me. And my person said, it took me a very long time to take down the many walls to find that behind all of that was my inner child, basically. And I just love that. Like, it's a privilege and an honor for people that get to know you on a personal level, and people that don't get to know you, like, it's not, you don't need to feel bad about that. It's an honor and a privilege. If people don't respect the fact that they know you, or they don't value it, you're going to cut them off with the quickness. So there are walls of pain and sadness and depression that are falling away from you so you can heal. This has not been easy for you to work through. Now you're able to see yourself clearly. Like, yeah, this is what I want to say. This is what I want to do. And this is how I'm going to react. This is how I'm going to stand firm. You're truly seeing how beautiful you are. And that, again, you're forever changed. This last year and a half to 2 years forever changed you. And anyone upset about how you maneuver, it's not your problem to deal with their guilt or to make them feel more comfortable or at ease. Because of your rawness and transparency, it's nothing like what they've experienced. I don't know how to say that. You have a rawness and a transparency that is unlike anything that people have ever experienced. It is a hard pill for some to swallow. So you are giving people the raw truth. You are authentically you. You are transparent when you need to be. And it's making people feel fake. The fake persona that they give online. Oh my gosh, I'm tough, I'm this, I'm that, I'm beautiful, I have everything. Whatever it is that they hide behind. You're the mirror that shows them that they're hiding behind this. You are no longer going to let outside opinions or influences infiltrate what you want to do and how you want to move forward. People either have to fall in line and have your back or be loyal, or they can get to getting. So let's say you are dating someone or you're friends with somebody in the workplace and people are coming up against you and you're standing firm in your boundaries. You need those people that they say they love you, they say they're this or that for you. And if they don't show you that loyalty or that they are to be trusted, you're moving on. It's that serious to you. It is very hard, motorcycle, for a chosen one to have a big group of friends, for an earth angel to have a big group of close friends in close proximity, because your light will irritate their demons. And you've been battling through many unholy spirits that are attached to certain friends, coworkers, family members. You've been battling through this and flawlessly executing your boundaries. Now, some of it could be getting you riled up because you can't maybe believe they have the audacity. And you're going to show them, I've been silently observing this situation. You're not even going to rectify anything with an answer. You're not going to oblige. You are not going to start the cycle over again. So if you told somebody no, and it's hard for you to stick to that because there's other people involved and you're really wanting to not hurt anybody in the process, doesn't mean that it's all yours to carry. And it doesn't mean that you have to answer them. It doesn't mean that you have to do that. You're going to be taking care of you. So this rawness that people are feeling, they're like, oh, I don't want to sit with this feeling. Like, oh my gosh, I need them to let me be codependent on them. I need them to be the hero of the situation. I need them to come through and save me. I need them to do all of these things. But they cannot outsmart you. They cannot outsmart you. You're ready for a different life. You're ready for a new cycle. And you're like, I'm not repeating this cycle I just told you was shut. So they're like, oh my gosh, I got to sit with these feelings. Ew, I don't want to. Here, you take them. They're like, I'm not answering the phone. So people are in their feelings. They're literally like this. Crying, salty. And maybe where you hoped they were grateful, you are seeing that they're actually ungrateful. And that is pissing you off as well. Because there's this feel bad, do what I want. do what I need you to do. Oh my gosh, look what you're doing to so and so. Look, they're crying. That's because of you. It's like, no, it's actually because of you. So you are showing people where they're a coward, where they don't want to have hard conversations, where they make their personal life your personal problem. That's freaking insane to me. You have some people around you that do not want to grow up. Like, never. Never, never, never. So for instance, this is like one of my distant relatives trying to make me feel bad for how my mother's acting. Oh my gosh, you just need to be the bigger person and just respect her. And no, she hasn't earned my respect. We're not talking about this, so have a nice day. It's like trying to make me the bad guy. Like, oh, well, maybe you did this and no, ew, no. So you are seeing where people are like, come on, just step back in and repeat the cycle. They are not going to like the rawness and transparency that you emanate. And they best pay real close attention because you're only going to say it one time. You are only going to address it one time. You are only going to say it one time. You're like, I'm not reiterating anything. So on top of that, you have other people that want to get closer to you that are in unhealthy and harmful relationships. So let's say you and your sister, you're best friends, but the person that they're with is really toxic. And you're not trying to like tell them who to date or what to do. You're trying to mind your own business, but they constantly try to rope you in to their relationship. You're like, I don't want anything to do with this. So this would be like that sister making it your fault that she's uncomfortable with the things that she can't say to her person. You're like, what? How am I responsible? It's your job to make her more comfortable about the crap going on in her relationship. Like, oh, I don't have the audacity to speak up, but you do it for me. Maybe in certain groups, you are normally the healer, the counselor, and the spokesperson. Okay, that's what Spirit's telling me. Sometimes you are the spokesperson in a group. And so when there's a family issue or a work issue, everyone's looking to you. Please, you say something. We don't want to say anything. We can't stand up for ourselves, but like you do it. And a lot of the time you wouldn't mind doing that because you're always standing up for the underdog. But we're past that point where people have been using you as a voice box. And it's starting to get muddy and there's meddling and pot stirring. And people are trying to violate your boundaries when you've already said, no, I'm not going to speak on that. That's not my business. That's crazy. You guys remember when I told you about this third-party interference that's trying to come in and make things hard for you, and your loved ones don't see this third-party interference as an issue? So like, let's say it's you and your person and their mother. Let's say this is your mother-in-law. They don't see that the mother-in-law is meddling. Or they don't want to see that this parent is meddling. Somebody is trying to intrude from a third party, whatever, and you are putting your foot down that you are not obligated to do whatever it is that they're trying to push onto you. This is going to upset some people, but you're going to stand firm, and I'm very proud of you because I know that's not easy to do. So you see it so clearly. You see through people because you study psychology, A, because you've been through a bunch of stuff, and B, because it's interesting to you. So you know you're learning a lot about human nature, people's baseline. Like you're learning so much in a very short amount of time. And this is helping you. You have an angel or a spirit guide that is helping you access a lot of information at once. And this has been helping you get through your day-to-day this week on breaking these cycles. Wow. So now that I think about it, you've been breaking cycles this week with where people want to interfere, intrude, get to know you, break down your walls when it's not organic or it's not their business. You're a very hard person to get to know for a reason. Not everyone deserves to get to know you. Yeah. And maybe once upon a time you would think this is like isolating or sucks to be alone. You're like, no, I want to be alone. I want peace. I want peace and balance restored to my life. So, for instance, if you have a job and you're this earth angel, okay, you're the earth angel at your job, and everybody is wanting to know like what your hobbies are, what you do, especially your boss. Your boss wants to know, what do you like doing? They're very jealous, they're very envious, and they're a bully. Let's just say. They want to know this information so they can use it against you, so it can be weaponized against you. So they can keep you at work, so they can drain your energy, so they can make it hard for you to do all these extracurricular activities. Let's say you're married. They want to keep you at work, so it's hard for you to enjoy your marriage. People around you, they don't want you living a fulfilled life because they're living half-ass life at best. 333 on my timer. They are living a half-ass life at best. So when they see you out here living a whole life, ambitious, driven, happy, in love, that is having it all. You don't even have to be driving a Ferrari or living in a fancy house. You have a fulfilled life. You redefine luxury for you daily. You redefine the standard of beauty for your life daily. It is raw, it is transparent, it is authentic, it emanates off of you, and people are really bothered. So they want to get to know even more so they can figure out how to block things. This is that third party interference and people that want to monitor you. It's so annoying. You have learned from the past. Now, there could be an Aries, Capricorn, or Leo involved. Sun, moon, or rising. Doesn't have to be, or these could be your astrological signs. There are third party interference, beauty spells, an ugly spell, people trying to impersonate you. There's also F-boy energy in here. Whatever this is, people are trying to make it hard for you to enjoy your life because they are salty. They are salty. And something that you are gifted in is uncovering how people really feel, uncovering things that are hidden. This is what you do best. So let's say you have, I have a mother like this. Because I want to live a fulfilled life, and I've been that way since I was small, she wouldn't let me be in dance, wouldn't let me be in cheer, wouldn't let me sing, wouldn't let me do anything artistic because no, I would be fulfilled. I would be really happy. So I was never allowed to do anything that made me happy. And if I really, really, really wanted to do something, I had to pretend it made me unhappy. So she might let me do it. Camera cut off. It makes me feel like somebody really does not want you to get this message because I've had a lot of distractions and interruptions while I've been channeling this message because I feel like there's different parts to it. Basically, whoever you're dealing with, they don't want you to live this fulfilled life. They want you to feel pressured or questioned. They want to interrupt this, or they are third party letting somebody else interrupt it. So, because they can't stand up to them. Does that make sense? So let's say you're dating someone and you know that their family is very competitive, they're jealous, there's a lot of evil eye, you don't feel comfortable around them, and they want you to have all of these like new family obligations. And let's say you're not even married to this person and they want you to go to grandmother's bingo. They want you to go to sewing classes with them. They want you to mow their lawn on Saturday. They want you to do this charity drive, but they want you to host it. They're trying to put all of these blocks in your way. And then the one person that's supposed to be standing by your side might not be doing that. They might be doing that. They might not be doing that. I know you guys are going to let me know in the comments. But you know this is all third-party effery to mess with your happy life, and you are putting your foot down. You've worked way too hard to get this freaking far. Your rebirth is assured. Your rebirth is assured. You are the dark night rising, and they can be mad if they want to be mad. Like, oh my gosh, is collective too good to come around? Like, I thought they really cared about this family. I thought they really cared about this job. I thought they really cared, and they're not here. No, they are not. You can really care about something and still not be around. Does that make sense? You can really care about a family and make sure not to be at any of those functions because you have to love them from afar. We all have different boundaries for our different situations, but you are doing your best. You're not only doing your best, you're doing a really good job. Because you might not feel like your best is good enough, and it truly is. Okay? You're taking a time out. Look, we have the brown bear spirit. People are like, oh my gosh, I was just asking you a question, and it's something that you've already told them no to. I was just asking. I just wanted to know. Oh my gosh. You're like, time out. Time the F out. First of all, riddle me what, I already said no. So I don't even know what is up for discussion here. You've had every level of intrusion this week. And that is to show you how far you've come. Don't for one second think that you're not loving, that you're not generous, that you're not kind, that you're not any of these things because they're not getting their way. People are uncomfortable right now because they are not getting their way. With ruining your life, with disrupting it, with dismantling it. They're not getting it. They're not getting away with it either. I can't. They're like, I can make their life ugly. I'll do this. Let me give you an example. Okay. I had a lot of jealous family members. I don't even know where to start. I could write a freaking book. Riddle me what? I could write a whole book on family members. Distant, step, adoptive, in-laws, exes, all of it. And I had a family member take away a loved one. Motorcycle. I had a family member take away a loved one for a couple of years. And this loved one was a child. And would not let me or my husband see this child for years. As long as me and him were together, like I wasn't allowed to see him. And if I was allowed to see the child, it would cause chaos for the whole family involved. So if I was allowed to see the child, everybody involved would get punished. There was going to be an immediate retaliation because that's how jealous she was. Or is, I should say. So anyways, I haven't seen this child in a couple of years. And then it's coming up on the week that me and my husband are getting married. And she says, we can't see the child, but we can see the child on my wedding day. Now, mind you, nobody else in the family has been able to see the child. I haven't been able to. My husband hasn't been able to because he's standing by my side like, if my wife can't, then I won't. Whatever. And this was a family member's baby's mother. Okay? Not a spouse, a baby mother. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just trying to give you some, perspective on this. So I'm getting married into the family. She's a spiteful baby mother, causing all types of mischief when we were a happy family before, and says, I can only see the child on my wedding day. I can't see the child any other day. So that would cause a lot of third-party interference. It would make the child the main focus of the wedding day and not me. And I say that because no one else was allowed to see the child either for years. So it would be a moment of like, oh my gosh, we get to see the child. Wow. Or my husband would have to pick up or be running around with the child instead of being focused on she wanted to cause a disruption. So my husband stepped in and said, actually, no thank you. And she was shocked, like, oh, they're going to bite at any opportunity I give them to see this child. They're going to jump at the opportunity. Wrong. Wrong. My husband said, there's no children at this wedding. What? Yeah, there's not going to be any children at this wedding. Sorry. Thinking that her dirty plan would work. No. No. So, it's just, ugh. I know you guys know what I'm saying, though. So I'm very grateful that he stood up for me with that situation, because it had been ongoing for a long time. And people that should have stood up for me did not stand up for me, but my husband did. I'm going to say that again. People that should have stood up for me in that situation, because I did nothing wrong to her. I tried to bring her into the family. I tried to make her feel welcome. I threw her a baby shower because she didn't want to even have one for our family. I tried to be as welcoming as I could, and she was jealous from the jump, off the rip. So after things started going downhill like that, and she was trying to dismantle my family, I was like, all right, you're dead to me. I don't see you. I know how to starve a narcissist out. I'm not the one. Not any day of the week. You want to be my arch nemesis? Be that. You can take a number. It stretches around the block. Like, there's a whole line. You're not the only one to not like me, and you won't be the last. You will not be the last, because I have boundaries. The F. So somebody's trying to break up what you've been working on because they are very unhappy. Do you understand what I'm saying? She was so unhappy, like, well, I'm not getting married. I'm not going to get to do anything. And none of my other plans have worked. All of her other plans derailed. So she wanted to come in and cause interference on my wedding day. Like, girl, you got to get behind my mother, my sister, my brother, my cousin. You got to get behind all these other family members if you want to create smoke on my wedding day. You got to get behind all these other people that want to wreck it too. The F, I can't. Right now is your lucky time. It's your time to shine. It is your time to enjoy your life. And you are not reneging. You are not backing down. You're like, this is the life that I deserve. I don't know what took me so long to prioritize it correctly, but now I see. People want me to be the default. They want to solely rely on me. They don't ever want to have to stand up for anything. They don't want to ever stop the third party interference. And I'm going to protect myself. I am going to protect myself. I have to protect myself, like me personally, from other people's toxic relationships. I have every right to do that. I have every right. I want you to affirm this below. I have a divine animal right to protect myself. I have every right to change my capacity. People think that they can just run amok over anything. Know your worth. Know your worth. I deal with these people still, okay? I deal with these people still. They still want to run interference. And I got to have my boundaries sky high. I will not ever let them see where the ladder is to climb. You don't take it easy on an arch nemesis. Because when you're ambitious and you're always leveling up, they're only going to come at you harder. They're only going to monitor you harder. They just are relentless. So she's been trying to interfere from the side in my life for however long, and she's not the first and she won't be the last. I got family members like that, coworkers like that. Like, I have peers like that. I got people online like that. I got people everywhere like that, and I know whoever I'm speaking to, you do too, and you can heavily relate that sometimes these covert narcissists or these enemies or ops, their dirty work seems so invisible, it's hard to prove, but you know you're not crazy. Like, they're doing what they're doing. You don't have to prove it to anyone. You know what you know. You saw what you saw. You heard what you heard. And you said what you said. So you're out here knowing your worth. Like, if I have somebody that I trust give my information to someone that I don't want them to have, or personal info, or promising them things on my behalf, we are going to have a whole freaking problem. Okay, we are going to have a whole problem. It's not okay. So you are creating boundaries with everybody. No one is above board. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it sounds good. Okay. Spirit is guiding you right now to let you know that good things are coming your way. You are about to be so rewarded. Like, it's just, oh, it's going to be so good. Like, you're standing on business. You're telling people, hey, I can't. Because you know you'll be like this. If you let these people run amok, that is exactly what is going to happen. You're going to be dusted, busted on the side of the road with not only your feelings hurt, but upset. And I got to a point in my life where I was holding on to so much resentment because I thought I had to be everything for everybody and always be forgiving and always be turning cheeks in this mother effer. And I was like, no, enough. I'm not holding on to this resentment anymore. I'm not doing this for everybody. Like, what the F do I look like? I have ambitions and dreams and hopes and aspirations, and I can't be focused on your guys' karmic shenanigans 24/7 or give all types of Fs when you don't give an F yourself. When you don't stand up for yourself. Why do I gotta come in here with the cape and the freaking wand and make it all better? Like, get out of my face. I can't. So you might be getting a little bit spicy. Like, I said what I said. I've been more than generous. That's another thing. You're really wanting to tend to the small things in your life, and you're seeing where you're not able to be present. Your milk and honey season is here. Your rebirth has happened. Motorcycle. So you're really wanting to enjoy it. You're like, no, these are the fruits of my labors. I have worked so hard to heal. I've worked so hard to be taking better care of myself. And if you think I'm going to let third party come up in here and be banging on the door and be trying to cause all types of effery, I don't even need to say it. Riddle me what? I don't even need to say it. You're like, I want to enjoy this moment. You're slowing down to smell the roses. You want to plant in your garden. You want to sing and dance, and you've never wanted that more. You know now, with every fiber in your being, no matter how your life looks, you're like, this is my life that I built, and I'm enjoying it. And you can get mad at me all you want, that I'm not your beck and call, or at your beck and call. It's just like Julia Roberts in Pretty Woman. She's like, I've met you now and I want more. Not because she's a gold digger, but because now she's ambitious. He has inspired a better part of her, for her to be a better version. So she wants more. She doesn't want to be his beck and call. Like, no. So you are showing people, no, this is who I am. But yeah, Spirit has a plan to help you with this. Like, you're getting a major assist. Trust in the magic. You're like, I want to enjoy my life. I want to be ambitious. I want to run when I want to run. I want to sleep when I want to sleep. And now you're seeing where devil energy and lower vibrations and third-party effery is coming in to muck that around, to make it hard, to make you feel obligated. Like, oh, well, you have to do that. That's your family. Oh, well, you have to do that. That's your job. No, you don't. It doesn't make you ungrateful. It doesn't make you less reliable. It doesn't make you untrustworthy. It makes you strong. It makes you powerful. You know your worth. You know your time is valuable. When you're an earth angel, chosen one, a light worker, time is of the essence and it is valuable to you. How you take care of yourself is so valuable. What you do with your time is so valuable to you. You don't want to spend it fighting with people, arguing, going back and forth. It's just, it brings you down. And now you're starting to see, like, no, me going around and around with you, that's bringing me down. You don't have to say that to them. You just know that. When you get into it with that family member, like, you're having this great day, and then this family member, like, tries to throw all this responsibility at you, like, you should have known. Like you should have been doing it. And you're like, no, that right there, that's bringing me down. That makes me feel like I can't put myself first. So they gotta go. They gotta go. Knowing you and being able to have access to your time is a mother effing privilege. Holy Spirit, is there anything else? You guys could watch Game of Thrones because I'm getting the crow spirit. Co-create with spirit. Because you aren't going to be able to co-create with half these people that you're dealing with. Whoever it is. Family, nah. Coworker, nah. Work, whatever. Co-create with spirit for the life that you deserve. So you know how they say in Game of Thrones, like, oh, Jon Snow, he's a crow. The men of the Night's Watch, they're crows. They're like dressed all in black. I think that's why they call them that. I'm not sure. But you're like, I really want to start enjoying my life. Like, I got to stand on business. Like Jon Snow in Game of Thrones, people wanted to unalive him because he was going to bring people together. He's ambitious. He's a great leader. He was young, charming. Like, he was a great fighter. He's the king of the North. He is the prince that is promised. So, yeah, there's always people trying to interfere and trying to cause problems because he wanted to forgive, he wanted to bring people together, and he wanted to show them what really mattered. You were trying to show people what really matters. And they try to put everything on your plate, and it's always some freaking slop. It's never a nice plate of spaghetti. It's never a freaking casserole. It's always some freaking crumbs. They don't make any real effort while making you make all the real effort and then never standing up for you all in between. That's crazy to me. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about Jon Snow and we got the wolf spirit. So what's cool about Jon Snow is he's also a Targaryen. Okay, so he's connected to the wolves. He is connected to the dragons. It's freaking cool. I don't want to spoil too much if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, but hopefully you'll forgot that I said that if you haven't. So you are turning knowledge into wisdom. You know that you're a cosmic prodigy. You're like, wow, I am getting smarter. Wow, I'm retaining more knowledge. Spirit is also going to help you find things that help your brain. Whether it's a supplement, breathing, exercising, there's something else that's going to help your brain. I see you guys getting more rest. I see your mind, body, and soul becoming snatched. Like you're not doubting yourself. You are bringing in a gentle touch for yourself. That gentle touch that you give to everybody else, you're giving that to you. And that's another reason why people are mad. They're like, oh, well, no, I need them for this and that and this and that. It's like, no, I got to take care of me. If I'm all like you, if I'm karmic focused, if I'm men focused, if I'm focused on everybody else and their situation, I will never have the life that I desire. Because then the devil is winning and grinning. The devil's winning and grinning. Not today. Not today. Absolutely not. So people are mad that you're tending to the small things. They're mad and you don't care. Like you might be uncomfortable or mad the day that you tell them the final no and you mean what you say, but people better tread lightly if they want to circle back around because you will cut it all the way off. Okay, so you're tending to the small things. You're like, what do I really want? How do I want to approach it? Where do I need firmer boundaries and how am I going to activate that? Yeah. Tending to the small things, taking a time out, knowing your worth. Whoa. Lay a solid foundation, the spirit of the beaver. You know that however you were operating before and how you're operating now is different. You're like, I'm not going to repeat this cycle. It's not for me to repeat. So I know that I have to shut it down. I have to be cold. I have to be stoic. I have to not answer for that solid foundation to be laid because you're showing people this is the new boundary. Don't cross it. Don't do it. Don't do it. You might want to do it. You're thinking about it, but don't. Trust me, don't. People don't like this, feeling like they need to surrender to you. People need to watch their words around you. And you're even watching your own words. You might be using AI or Friend or ChatGPT to make sure that how you're saying something is the best way that you can say it without really placing blame. Because sometimes when our feelings are involved, we want to be like, and Sally Sue said this. I know she said it, and I'm not talking to her. And we don't need to say all that. We could think that. We could think that. Don't say all that, though. Just say, I don't feel like this is my battle. I don't want to be involved. This is not my responsibility. And this is my boundary. I am allowed to change my capacity. You are real, authentic, and raw. You are transparent when you need to be. If people don't like it, oh freaking well. Oh well. I love you guys so much. All important links are in the description box. Let me know what's going on and how it resonates. I cannot wait to hear. Don't forget to smash the you-know-what. Hit the bell, duh. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.